It's important to start this video by understanding first of all how to check when your plants need water. And you can start this process by using a moisture meter that you stick into the soil. And then it will tell you the amount of moisture in the soil. But if you don't have a moisture meter, you can improvise where you'll use your finger and stick it into the soil. If the finger feels dry, it means you need to water your seedlings immediately. But if it feels wet, it means that you need to wait a little longer for the water to dry out. Seeds need to imbibe water for them to grow and emerge. But excessive water, especially in seedlings, will lead to problems of damping off, as well as root rot and other fungal infections. But on the other hand, if you underwater your plants or your seedlings, you'll end up with dried seedlings that will eventually not be helpful to you. So what's the optimum amount of water that you need to apply to your seedlings, and when are you supposed to apply it, and in what frequency? Now, how you water your seedlings and when you water it, and the very amount you apply will depend on some very many factors. And here, let's discuss them. First of all, the type of planting material will determine the amount of water that you'll be applying and the frequency that you'll be applying. For instance, if your plant is more herbaceous, it will require more water than if, let's say, it's a woody plant like rosemary cuttings. So this will determine the frequency at which you apply water and the very amount you apply. Also, the size of the container will determine the frequency at which you apply water. For instance, this bag will be applied less frequently as you compare to this bag, which is relatively smaller to this. With this bag you can apply once a week, but this one you may require to apply 3 times a week to meet the water requirement of the seedlings or cuttings. In the same way, these kinds of cell, this 230 cell tray, will require frequent watering as you compare with the other material. The other thing that will determine how much you'll water your seedlings will be where you've started it. If you've started outside like this one, they will require more watering because they are more exposed to the elements. The heat is taking up most of the water through evaporation as well as the air, and the wind. Therefore, you need to apply more water to this as you compare if you've started the seedlings indoors. The other thing that will determine the frequency at which you water and the amount of water you'll apply is the composition of your seed starting media. For instance, vermiculite is known to hold on to water. Therefore, if your soil starting mixture, especially if you've mixed yourself, has a high amount of vermiculite, this means that you'll not be watering it more often as compared to if you're a very low amount of vermiculite. Cocopeat, on the other hand, tends to improve drainage. Therefore, water will not sit on the container for a long time, resulting in root rot problems and also damping off. So this will automatically affect how you water your plants and also how many times you'll have to water it. Another thing worth noting is how you are delivering the water to your plant. Are you watering from the top or the bottom watering type? For the bottom watering type, you need to apply less water, especially if the container is not perforated, such that the excess water does not drain off. You'll have to put less water as compared to top watering type. There you have it, folks, but it's fair to say that I can't come up with a specific amount of water that you need to apply to your seedlings, because this will depend with where you come from, the type of soil you are dealing with, the type of plant you are planting, and also the type of planting media that you are using. But until the next video, I hope this has been helpful. Ciao and keep growing.